This is Austin Pace with BYU-Idaho Radio, and I'm joined here today by Ellery Killian. She's a junior here at BYU-Idaho and is wanting to become a teacher. Is that correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Ellery, thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
So Ellery and I are actually really good friends. We met a little earlier this summer. So again, thank you so much for coming and helping me out with this.
Anytime.
So you're a student here at BYU-Idaho, correct?
Yep.
You are, what is it that you're exactly studying? What is it called?
I'm studying elementary education, and I have a math minor, so I'm emphasizing in math.
Great. So what got you into wanting to teach?
Okay, so my grandma taught all while I was growing up, and so I was always in her classroom helping her prep for like the new days, and like watching her teach was such an awesome experience for me. I also just love babysitting and like being with kids. It's super fun to watch them grow, starting from like not being able to write or read and seeing them progress is like a super cool experience. So I just love watching them learn.
Awesome. So you, for a lot of, like for I guess some of your class, you go and you are at a school, right? What do you do there?
Yeah, so there's actually 4 different levels of student teaching. So in our first experience, we were there for about an hour, and we just take over tiny little sections of teaching. And our mentor teacher, so the person that we were under, the teacher we were observing, he or she would assign as a part of the day that they'd want us to take over. And we just get that opportunity to watch them do it once or twice and then take over that small group. And the practicum I'm in right now, I'm there for an hour and a half, and I teach a whole group lesson for about 15 to 30 minutes. And then I have my own small group lesson, and I teach grammar, math, science, English, whatever they need.
Awesome. So you were explaining a little bit, there's 4 different practicums or 4 different levels. What are those, and which one are you currently in, and what do you have to do like in the future?
Yeah, so I've done early field practicum, and I'm in literacy practicum right now. And then there's senior practicum and student teaching that I still have to do in the fall and then the upcoming winter.
Great. So it sounds like it's a lot of work. You know, kids are kind of crazy. What has your experience been for you? What were you expecting, and what have you seen throughout the semester?
Yeah, so when I went into the school starting off, I was like, this will be easy. I'll just prep my lesson head to toe, get it all done, and then just go in, teach it, and be done. But when you go in, it changes completely. Like kids, they talk, they like to run around, they don't like to sit still. So you have to find ways to motivate them to do the lesson that we're doing. So that was a big change when I went into the classrooms. But I found that if you like relate to the students and find things that they like to do, the lessons become more entertaining and they like to listen to you more. So finding those changes and ways to motivate students is super important.
Great. So how have you felt that you've grown since, like from the beginning of, I guess, we'll talk about this semester, from the beginning of this semester to now? How have you been able to find those little connections that the students, you know, have and can make in order to keep them, I guess, driven and understanding?
Got it. I would probably say being able to work with them one-on-one while also being in other classes here at BYU-Idaho. We learn so many different procedures and routines that can help individual students. So I'm able to work with a few students in small groups and one-on-one. And by doing that, I can find their interests and like what they struggle with, like just them individually, and help them in those ways. And there's a lot of readings that we do in that class and other classes that just pull in all together. So always researching when you're with students and finding ways that help them is probably what I would do. Great.
So tell me a little bit about your experience at BYU-Idaho, taking your courses to prepare you for these practicums. How has the school and how has, your classes in general helped you feel more prepared and helped you, I guess, get a better grasp on teaching?
Yeah, we actually have like a super awesome education program up here. They like really want us to succeed as teachers. They're not just trying to like get us in and then get us out as soon as possible. They want us to really focus on how we can be the best educators we can, because students are so important and raising them to be successful learners is so important. So they always will relate things back to being in the classroom. So if we are like working on an assignment, a reading, or anything, they say like, all right, how can we relate this back into the classroom? How can we help children succeed this way? Which has been super helpful when preparing to become a teacher.
Awesome. BYU-Idaho has lots of really cool opportunities, right? For example, me being here at the radio station, right? This is a really cool opportunity, very unique opportunity. There's a lot of hands-on experience that BYU-Idaho gives. So what opportunities have you been given, or will you be given in the education department that will help you in the future?
Got it. Okay, I think I understand. So, like the practicum experiences like we've been talking about, a lot of other schools don't get those same experiences. Like they don't get to be in the classroom 3 times before they student teach. They usually just go straight into student teaching. So that's a super awesome change in the BYU-Idaho program. And they also will send out opportunities that are happening in the schools. Like I'll get emails all the time being like, if you want to go into the schools and like work on like a literacy group, then you're totally welcome to, or they need extra volunteers doing this. So they just want us to get as much opportunities in the classroom as possible, which makes a huge difference because reading about teaching and actually teaching is so different.
Great. That was Ellery Killian here on BYU-Idaho Radio. She's a junior and working on being a teacher. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Of course.